The second day of the conference started with the presentation of the conclusions of the ministerial sessions.
All the valuable ideas we have heard during the 2 days of the conference will boost up the development of the dialogue. Intercultural dialogue is dedicated to the settlement of the problems that existing in the world. This will assist the solution of this problem, and intercultural dialogue is one of the main instruments existing in the world. Provision of the mutual understanding, promotion of the respect between amongst different cultures is the main objectives laying in front of us. During the sessions that were held yesterday, the representatives expressed ideas which prove one more time that we have to design our activity to the real, true dialogue.
Yes, undoubtedly yes, there appears to be ground, a great deal of common ground for intercultural dialogue. We heard yesterday during the session on cultural policies and intercultural dialogue that intercultural dialogue is not only a tool, it is also a task that requires actions, real action that can help us learn more about the other, action to demonstrate how diversity can be a powerful vector for sustainable economic development. Action that promotes exchange between European and Arab partners. Action that cuts across national, ethnic, religious, and linguistic lines. We all know that just another conference will never replace hatred with respect. But here there seem to be both talking and listening. There seem to be a high-level commitment of engagement, of the urgency and importance of the challenge. We need to find ways in which we can allow the positive and proactive energy and goodwill that has been generated here in the last day and a half to flow beyond this conference hall. As one minister said yesterday, perhaps we need a strong intercultural pipeline.
Then the conference participants concluded their discussions over the final declaration for the promotion of intercultural dialogue, and the final text of the document was presented for vote.
I assume that we can adopt the Baku Declaration by applauding to each other. Can we? Thank you, ministers. I hope that champagne will be given to us during the lunch.
Thus, the Baku Declaration was adopted anonymously by the ministers of culture from European countries and neighboring regions. The document sums up the insights gained during the event and underlines the power and potential of culture for intercultural dialogue, peace and sustainable development. Azerbaijani Minister of Culture and Tourism Abulfaz Garayev said that the Baku Declaration has a potential to serve as a firm basis for practical actions in Europe and its neighboring regions for solution of existing problems and conflicts and promotion of mutual respect between various cultures. The final declaration also spells out the agreements on strengthening the cooperation process launched in Baku in the framework of the White Paper and developing or further strengthening practical initiatives in the follow-up to the conference.
The declaration which we have just adopted brings new avenues for cooperation in the cultural field. So, Mr. Chairman, to conclude, I would like to use a beautiful expression from Buddhism which says that vision without action is a dream. We had a vision here today, but without action, that vision will remain a dream. And then it goes on saying, however, that action without a vision is a nightmare. So what we have to do indeed, and thanks to the declaration, thanks to your initiative, very high political initiative of your president yourself, and with the text of the declaration adopted here consensually today, we have both the vision and the lines of action, and I think, frankly speaking, that at this stage we couldn't do better. So let's really look now for the future, what we are going to do to implement this text, and I would hope that in not too distant future you will invite us again to look into the implementation of this text and to see what we have been able together to do in order to implement it.
The conference participants also agreed that intercultural dialogue must be practiced at different levels and that the governments must create the environment where different actions and activities and initiatives can take place. But many of these initiatives are initiatives by artists, by non-governmental organizations, by associations and by the networks, by the people and institutions that are able to provoke and develop and help manage the dialogue between individuals. And one of the practical results of the conference aims to address this specific issue. Artists for Dialogue is a new project, new initiative which was launched today in Azerbaijan with the full support of the government of Azerbaijan. This project will enable for the exchange between artists. It will offer opportunities to collaborate and it will help to connect value systems and open new spaces for encounter. The initiative will focus on exchange between artists from Europe and its neighboring regions and will explore ways in which artists can find ways of exploring art to understand one another. Once again, the project will get the government's full support and hopefully it will continue for many years to come.
The conference is very successful and I'm not surprised because Azerbaijan has a reputation for organizing very well indeed, and the Azerbaijan authorities, and particularly the Ministry for Culture and the Minister himself, have organized an excellent conference, bringing together people from all over Europe, the Ministers for Culture from all over Europe, all the 47 member countries of the Council of Europe, and a lot of countries outside as well, especially, of course, Muslim countries. And so I welcome that very much, and some very important organizations like UNESCO and ISESCO. So it's an excellent conference, but it is not as good as Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is a very special country. It's a country for which I have a great affection. I like it here very much. I only have one complaint, and that is that when I come to Azerbaijan, I'm always in a hurry, and I must leave before I have seen enough. I like it so much, and I like your people so much, I wish I could spend a lot more time here, but I will.